also today on Big House Sports, we are here at ANZ Stadium. I know it looks like Seabus Super Stadium on the Gold Coast. I know it looks like it, but it's not. I'm definitely here at not even ANZ Stadium, it's a core stadium nowadays, so let's just pretend this never happened. You know what? I reckon we should start this again. Hey guys, so today on Big House Sports, we are here previewing Game 1 State of Origin, New South Wales versus Queensland. I am super excited that this year's Origin is going to be really close. I'm not going to drive up to Brisbane to film this video when that's not even there this time. That's Game 3. Game 1 is down there in New South Wales, in Sydney, which is a great place, just without the great part. You know, we don't mind it, just without the don't mind part, Sydney. But look, let's stop talking shit and let's just get into the preview, eh? If you don't know what State of Origin is and you watch my channel, well, firstly, welcome. Secondly, you're in for a treat. Tomorrow night, we're going to be streaming it live on this channel, so get around it. It is going to be a much closer year this year. Last year, in the best of 3 game series, New South Wales did win it 2-1. Queensland won Game 3 in the back of Ben Hunt, which was absolutely fantastic. But Game 1 and Game 2, oh no. Oh no. Oh, no. Yeah, look, we don't talk about Game 1 and 2. No, they did not happen. They did not happen, and that is a fact. Quickly catch people up on it. New South Wales won by about 400. I don't know, something like that. Point of the matter is that, obviously, look, frustrating year for Queensland last year, but it's going to be much closer this year. It seems a lot better, I guess, planned for Queensland. They've got a lot more players that seem a bit more balanced, and it's not so disjointed. And I think that, obviously, with the coaching changes, it really has helped Queensland to understand how to kind of put their mind frame back into beating this juggernaut of a New South Wales team, because people are starting to underrate this New South Wales team based on the fact that Queensland have improved again. At this point, I'm just kind of confused why everyone's forgetting about how good this New South Wales team is. Like, look at the spine. James Tedesco, Jerome Luai, Nathan Cleary, and Damien Cook, man. The Cookie Meister. A gee whiz. That's shit, man. But that's a good spine. And this New South Wales team is genuinely a juggernaut. They've won 3 of the last 4 series. Like, yes, obviously, I know Queensland have won the most Origins, and I know we obviously won 8 years in a row, and 8 out of 9, 11 out of 12. Shit, we nearly got there in the end. We did get there in the end, but, you know, that was really relevant. I just wanted to remind you, New South Wales fans. But the point about it is, this New South Wales team is incredibly good. And at home, they're going to be tough to beat. But Queensland actually have a pretty good record in New South Wales. And obviously in Queensland, it's actually when they travel outside of the states that New South Wales usually win. And that's why I'm really not confident about that game number 2. I think the biggest question mark for me ahead of Game 1 for Queensland is actually Billy Slater. And that's not me having a shot at him at all. I just don't know about him. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, I believe he's the best fullback to ever play the game. And I think he's one of the greatest players of all time, absolutely, no questions asked. But that's as a player. You know, as a coach, not necessarily do players transition to coaching and actually it works out for them, not all the time. I'd actually find that majority of the time it doesn't work out for him. But obviously, you know, this is a big step up here for Billy Slater, and he's got some really good heads around him. And look, you can't ask for a better start than, I guess, State of Origin in Queensland. So he's got a real good leg up, and obviously his playing style and the way that he's come through the Storm system and the Queensland and Australia over the years, he does know what he's talking about. It just is still a query of mine because obviously we have not seen him coach before. Biggest question mark about New South Wales is their loyalty, and also if they've got that dog mentality going into this series. They're going to need a dog mentality to win this series. Why? Because Queensland are hurt right now. Last year was embarrassing. Yes, I understand 2020 was embarrassing for New South Wales. Obviously, Sherry Evans saying worst Queensland team ever wins the series. I know it was embarrassing. Please calm down. I get it. Cool. Please shush. Thank you very much. Thank you. You lost. Yep, cool. But remember, you lost. Queensland got trounced last year. There's no argument about it. You can't defend it. You can't pretend like it didn't happen, even though we can. We can't. They got trounced. But that's going to bring out a lot of deeply ingrained, I guess, feelings between the two states, but for Queensland specifically, in that Queensland versus New South Wales is not just rivalry in regards to rugby league. That's just the face of the rivalry. There's a lot more of an ingrained rivalry into a lot of factors to do with everyday life between the two states. So New South Wales are going to need to have that dog mentality to really fight off this grinding Queensland side that have some really good forwards. Their backline's improved. They've got a lot of class in those halves with Cherry Evans and Munster. I don't care about the slander for Cherry Evans. I know he's a wanker for what he did at the Titans, but he's still a very good player. So that dog mentality is really going to be necessary in this game. But another thing that I want to also throw out there is that New South Wales have never been known for loyalty. You know, and I know that a lot of people are going to be like, well, look, loyalty only gets you so far. We want to have our best team out there. That's cool, but Queensland selected players in that 8-year stanza that weren't playing well at domestic level, NRL level, and were able to really take that step up at Origin level because they were given that loyalty, they were provided that platform to show that they are still that player. They're playing with the guys they've played for a decade now, and it really does differentiate the two. This is why Queensland was so good for so long. They won 11 out of 12 years in a row. 11 out of 12 years. That's a long time, man. New South Wales have never gotten close. Never gotten close. Right? And it does have an impact of the loyalty to drop guys like Joshua Carr. I understand a bit more in regards to the forwards, but Addo Carr was the wrong decision in my personal opinion. I think by playing Daniel Tupou, it's New South Wales saying, we're nervous of what you can provide in the air. We're nervous of Selwyn Cobbo and Xavier Coates on the wings. Right? So we're going to play to try and defend you. So that means Queensland's already in the heads of New South Wales. They've already got in the head of New South Wales by changing their lineup based on what New South Wales thought Queensland was going to do. And they did do that. That's cool. But New South Wales are playing to Queensland, not playing to themselves. Queensland aren't selecting based on what New South Wales is doing. Queensland's selecting based on what Queensland's doing. And that's a problem. That is a problem. Because although Tupou is fantastic, Joshua Carr is still one of, if not the best winger in the competition. All right, so who am I going to tip? It is in New South Wales. I think Queensland's much improved. I think they've got their dog mentality this year. I think they're really going to grind it down. I think it's going to be close. I'm going to take Queensland in game one. I'm going to take Queensland in game one to bounce back from last year. They did still have that good game 3 last year here at Seabus. I think that Queensland have enough in them to take game one. Game two will be a different story. I don't believe that I'll tip Queensland. That's going to be a tough one because Queensland don't have a good record outside of Queensland or New South Wales, and that'll be over in Perth. They really don't have a good record outside of the States. So but that's going to come obviously in a couple of weeks' time. I will preview that one later. Yeah, I'm going to go Queensland. I believe in them. I do. I believe that they can get the job done this time around. But I think that people are also underestimating New South Wales and the quality that they possess. I think too many people are biting into the closeness of the games and now automatically, immediately believing that Queensland are the favourites when they're not. They're still massive underdogs. They still should be decently sized underdogs, but I got Queensland winning. Yeah, I got Queensland winning game one in Sydney. Anyway, guys, that's going to do us here for today's video. I might be going to game 3, but I'm going to be streaming game 1 and game 2 here on the channel. Obviously, no live game footage due to broadcasting restrictions, but the best I can do is obviously commentate the game, talk to you guys in the chat, get around it, talk to you Bluesers, talk to you bloody up at the Marooners, get around the boys and have a good time. So, like I said, thumbs up, subscribe, and I appreciate you as per usual. And also, don't forget, this weekend, I'm going to come back here. Oh dear me, oh dear me, I don't want to come back here at the moment, but I will, because I'm trying to play the Rabbitohs. So that vlog will come out next Monday. Appreciate you as always, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Catch you later.